Welcome to Miss Demke's fitness class. We are focusing on our fitness unit this section, and today is our third day of our fitness plan. First day we did resistance for our upper body. Second day our cardio. Now we're on day 3 for again a day of resistance where we're focusing on our lower body. Like we did on Monday, you will be recording how many repetitions you did, and you will be submitting that and turn it into me, and that counts as your participation points for today. We are going to be doing 3 sets of each of these exercises. Notice that we have some patterns going on from Monday's lesson when we did our upper body. We have 3 sets and we do 5 different exercises. And that gives us about a 20-minute to 30-minute workout for our day. So today's focus, we will be doing our legs and our abs. We start with our squats, move on to plank, do a lunge dip, scissor legs, and then end with calf raises, and we repeat that process over again. I will be demonstrating to you what each of these exercises look like, and also be providing adaptations as well as demonstrating proper form. If you have any questions, please submit them at the end of the video, or you can email them directly to me, and that way I can address any concerns that you may have or any questions that you may have. Again, these are to give you some ideas for when you will be turning in your fitness plan at the end of the unit for your final, where you will complete a full week fitness plan for yourself and address your goals. I will give more details in a subsequent video on what that final is going to look like and what is expected of you to complete it. So I'm just giving you things to keep in mind, and that way you can be successful in being able to apply what you learn into your own lives. Okay, so today, like I said before in the other workout, turn on some music. That way you can stay motivated either in your room or in one earbud, and that way you can still hear this video. We want to make sure that we have resistance for our legs because we want to build bone mass in our bones so that later on in life we don't get osteoporosis or break any bones. So that's why it's so important to make sure that we are doing resistance training as well as our cardio. Like I mentioned in the previous video, we have some resistance weights in our home, everyday items. These are 2 pounds of rice packs. These are 1 pound. These are canned beans. And then this is roughly 4 to 5 pounds. I didn't calculate it out correctly, yet, so to speak. But here are some juice bottles. That gives us variety to our exercise, and that way it saves you money, so you don't have to invest in buying any dumbbell weights because those are pricey. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with our warm-up first and foremost to make sure we have blood going to our muscles, and then we'll get into our exercises. All right, so above the head, across the arm, and side lunge. We'll do 10 each side. So ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Go across. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then down below for a side lunge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Since we are focusing on our legs today, we will do additional warm-up for the legs. So let's go ahead and just stomp in place. Loosen those hips a little bit, side to side. And we're going to step side to side. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. For this one, we're going to bring our knee up to our elbow, and we're going to do 10 each side. So we're going to do all 10 on one side, and then switch to the other side. So we'll just bring your hand and your leg up to each side. Ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, bend this other knee slightly, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hear that? My heart rate's getting up. Next, we are going to do a fluid stretch where we get to our heel. We're on the heel. Bend this leg slightly, toe pointing. We're going to scoop down with our arm and rotate it across. And we'll do it for 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Switch sides. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Next, we do zip. Sorry, I just forgot to warm up. We're gonna stretch our abs and open up our lungs and our breathing capacity. We do this by keeping our hips stable and not moving, but we slightly reach to side. So the hips aren't moving, just the rib cage, okay? So for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, this next one, we are going to be rotating our rib cage in a circular motion where we push out the chest out and bring it in and tuck the shoulders forward. So we arch our back. This way we can get a little bit of stretch and fluid motion in with our rib cage. So we're gonna rotate for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch the other way for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, we are warmed up and ready to begin. With our squats, we are going to use some weights. I'll just start with some lighter weights, 2 pounds, and I'll work my way up. For the squat, if you have knee conditions, like some knee issues, do not go down too far. You're just gonna do a gradual squat or a slight squat. If you want to get a deeper exercise and you don't have knee problems, you can go down into a deeper squat. Make sure that you push when you squat down, that you're pushing your weight into the ball or into your heel, and it's grounding in the heel. And when you go down, it's like you're squatting about to sit on a chair. You want to make sure that your butt's sticking out so that your knee doesn't go over your toe. If you don't stick out your butt, and you just kind of go down, look at where my knees are. They're over my toes. So to keep proper form, stick the butt out, chest up, and go down. If you don't do that, then you're just gonna, if you don't stick out your butt, look at where my knees are. They're over my toes again. That causes strain and injury to the knee. You don't want that later on in life. So we are going to do squats. My motto is go until fatigue or until your muscles exhausted, because then that way you get the best and most out of your workout. All right, if I'm going too fast, go ahead and pause the video to catch up. If I go too slow, just give yourself a time to rest and breathe in between the exercises. All right, so let's go ahead and grab our weights. Place the weight into your heels. I'll show it going to the side. And we'll go down for 1. If you want to get an extra exercise workout in your arms, you can lift your arms up. And this will work out your shoulders a little bit. Remember to squeeze your glutes when you come up. keep your abs tight. If you don't want to do the arms, just have your weights here at the side of your body. Make sure your feet are planted shoulder width apart. You could also do bicep curls if you want to, or even some overhead presses. Whichever feels most comfortable to you. Now remember, if your knee starts to hurt or if it burns too much, just do a lighter squat. Not going as far. If you want to, you can keep going. You want to feel the burn. Maybe we should just do this for an entire minute. Okay, let's move on to our plank. Our plank looks a little bit like our push-up. We want to keep our body and our back straight, our abs tucked in, and our butt down. But instead of like the push-up where we have our hands out, we're just going to be on our elbows. So you're going to stretch out your legs and come up. Usually want to do a plank for about 30 seconds to a minute. So we're just going to come up. We're just going to count. 3, 4, 5. If you need to do modified, just put your knees down and tuck your butt in and do your plank this way. If you want to push yourself, then go into a full plank. I'm just showing the basics now. We will add more exercises and variations to this next week. Personally, when I start to feel the burn, I kind of scoot forward a little bit. Distracts my mind, so you can go a little bit longer. Remember to breathe. And to be counting. When you are done, come up. Make sure you write down your repetitions of how many squats you did and how long you held your plank for. Let's catch our breath. Next, we're going back to our legs. Alternating our exercises between legs, abs, abs, serves a purpose. It allows the blood to go and replenish and the oxygen to replenish in those muscle groups while you focus on another muscle group. So when we just did our plank, our legs were replenishing, and that way our legs are now ready to go into the exercise and give it a really good workout. So there does serve a purpose in alternating the exercises so that you don't have it's more efficient with your time. So instead of waiting 2 minutes before you do your legs, hey, you just got an extra exercise in, so you don't take as long. The lunge dip is what I call them. I'm sure they have another name. You're going to step forward. I'm stepping forward with my left, but whichever foot you want to start with first. You're going to step back with your other leg. Sorry, I'm losing my balance here. You're going to bend your knee a little bit. Your weights are just going to drop to the side, and you're just going to lower your body down. Recognize or make sure that your knee's not going over your shoe or your toes, and then you raise back up. Your back leg is going to straighten out, and your front leg is going to straighten out. And you go down and up, down and up. It does require balancing skills, so forgive my wobbliness. Let's begin. Make sure you're counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, You should feel this in your hamstrings and in your glutes, and even in this quad right here. When your body is really feeling the burn, go and stand up and switch sides. So bend your knee, step back, bend your back knee, and lower down for 1, 2, 3. I just had to self-adjust because my knee was going over my toe. I kind of have to modify it just a little bit because I do have an injury with my toe. So if my form isn't beautiful and I do it that side, forgive me. All right, next we're going to do our scissor legs. We are going to lay down on the floor. Remember to write the reps that you did on each side of your lunges. We're going to lay on the ground. We're going to lift our legs up into the air. You're eventually going to have, you want to have your hands tucked in so you don't lose your balance, but basically your legs are going up and down to engage your abs. And another way that we're going to engage our legs is we're going to crisscross our feet, almost like a scissor. Let me show you. You're just going to alternate your legs, going back and forth, and front, behind, front, behind. So it looks like a little bit of a scissors, swivel, however you want to call it. We're going to do that as we go down. So we go criss, cross, go down and up. Criss, cross, and that's 1. Okay. And let's go ahead and begin. Legs up, hands under the butt. We're going to crisscross our feet. Ready and go for 1. Come up. Remember to breathe. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4. That's 5. This is really getting your lower abs and your quads. That's 6. 7. 8. Now, a modified version of this is basically not using the crisscross feet, where you can either just go up and down in a controlled movement. You're still engaging your lower abs down here, and you're still using your quads to lift your legs. So you can go up and down gradually, just don't go too fast. Or you can lift your legs and make an L. So out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in. So you kick out, bring it in, kick out. That's also a modification to that exercise. So whichever feels most comfortable to you but still challenges you, you can try of those 3 variations. They're basically still going to do the same thing. Now from our scissor legs, make sure you write down how many you did. We are going now to do our calf raises. Again, we're going to use our weights. I'm just going to hold these by the lids. Our calf raises, you are going to be starting from your feet flat on the ground, and you're going to get onto your tippy toes and down. So you raise up and down, up and down. So I'm going to face you now. We're just going to go up and down. Let me do a side view, up and down, up and down. It's not how fast you can do it. Like I said, I'll keep repeating myself this over and over again. Controlled movements, because you're still engaging the muscle even when you're releasing the stance. So going up, as you're releasing, you're still engaging the muscles and working them out. So go ahead and do it in controlled motions and make sure you count them. So let's begin. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. All right, go ahead and write down however many repetitions you did. If you need to pause the video, please do so and catch up with your writing your repetitions down. We are going to now start set 2. We're going to do all these exercises again. So I'm going to grab my weights. I'm going to start with our squats, feet shoulder width apart. And remember, knees don't go past the toes. Stick that butt out. And for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 20. All right, our plank. On the ground. Let's count how many seconds we do. Ready, and go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. All right, back on our feet where we do our lunges. Go ahead and I'm going to use these just so I don't injure my foot. Step forward with one foot, back with the other, and down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry, my foot's hurting. 7, 8, 10. Just make sure you continue on with your workout. I just have to be protective of my toe at this time. So I'll let you finish. Make sure you write down however many planks you did, your squats, and the lunge. I'm going to go ahead and get into position, laying down for scissor legs. Pause the video if you need to take a breath for a minute or two, and then resume once you've caught your breath. Okay, hands under the butt, legs up, and crisscross those scissors. 4, 1. And 2. And 3. 4. 5. 7, 8, 9, shooting for 10, and 10. All right, back on our feet for our calf raises. Roll into your side, push up, grab your weights. Feet kind of shoulder width apart, and up, down, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. All right, go ahead and write down your repetitions for your calf raises and your scissor legs. Last set, third set, let's make it count. Got to push yourself. Make sure you do it till exhaustion, and that way you can get your best. All right, let's catch our breath so we can get ready for our third and last set. Grabbing my weights for the squats. Ready, and begin. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 5. All right, into our plank. In position, ready, and up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 21, 22, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Keep going. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. You can do this. 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41. Let's go. 42, 43, 44, 45. Let's try to go for a full minute. 7, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 57, 58, 59, 60. Woo! Make sure you write that down. Into our lunges. So, make sure you grab your weights. Tuck that butt back or keep your butt down. Leg back and ready and go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and switch for 1, 2, 3. Sorry guys, you keep going. 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 12, write down how many lunges you did. Like I said, I gotta baby my foot. Let's go ahead and lay down, do our scissor legs. Last one, so make it count. Let's go. For one. Oh, it's so relaxing to lay down. And 2. And 3. Keep breathing. 4. And 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Let's make it count. Let's do a couple more. 11. Let's try to go for 15. 12. 13. 14. Last one. And 15. Woohoo, did it. All right. Calf raises. And we stretch it out. All right, so get your feet ready, shoulder width apart for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 30. Woo, feel the burn. All right, take this time to write down what you did for each of those for this last set. Let's catch a breath and we're gonna stretch it out. So pause the video, go ahead and fill it in, and we'll keep going. Gonna grab some water, catch your breath. Now personally, while we're standing up, I like to start my stretches that are standing up stretches before I start sitting on the mat, so my bad, but just kind of goes with the flow. I'm gonna rotate my ankles just a little bit. That way they stay nice and fluid. Ooh. All right, so let's go ahead and stretch out our hamstrings, bring up the toe, bend your back knee a little bit, and reach down to the ground. You should feel it stretch throughout the hamstring. Go ahead and put your toe down. You should start feeling it through the calf area. Let's switch sides. Bring it up. Put your other foot out front and stretch down. Reach the ground. Make sure you're taking deep breaths in and out. Point your toe to the ground. Get it through the calves. Bring it up. Let's stretch out the quads. I like to hold my ankle, give it extra support, and then slightly just pull back so you feel it in your hip flexors and your quads. Hold on to something if you can't maintain stability on one leg. And switch, other foot. Oh. Grab onto something if you can't maintain your balance, it's okay. All right, next like last time, we'll go ahead and stretch with our arm across our body. Set the foot back and tilt the hip up so you can start feeling that hip flexor engaged. Make sure your knee is still bent. And switch. And bring the hip forward. Okay. Let's stretch our abs. Just go side to side like in our warm up. Oh. Feel those abs stretch. Let's reach across, stretch up the obliques. Other side. Release. Let's go to the ground. And we'll stretch out our legs. Foot down. Oops, point your toe and reach across your body. Switch sides. Other leg. Point your toe and reach. Okay, bring both feet in front of you, point your toes and reach. Don't overstretch it, just lean your chest forward as much as you can. Bring it into a butterfly pose. Try to keep the knees down to the ground. If you need to bring it out farther, go ahead and bring it out farther so that you can feel it in your glutes and your inner thighs. Keep your chest point to the ground. All right, one more stretch. Go ahead and bring your leg in front of you. It's bent. Bring the back leg behind you. And then lean forward. You should feel this in your glutes and in your hamstrings. And switch. Leg in front. Other leg in back. All right. Bring it in. Let's take a couple breaths for one. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. One more. And out. All right. Go ahead and start the exercises that you would like to include in your fitness plan final. Remember, you have to come up with your own weekly fitness plan. So go ahead and take a moment to write down some notes on those exercises and to start the ones that you like. Lastly, I want to remind you that tomorrow is our cardio day. All right, so make sure you rest up, drink lots of fluids, so that way you're ready to work out our cardio tomorrow and get our heart strong. I hope you enjoyed this workout and see you next time.